Start with the 2 point conversions. I understand the math. I know why teams do it. I understand the down 14 logic. But 2 point conversions are way down this year. Teams are converting like 32%. Does that, I know you do a lot of analytics. Any idea why 2 point conversions success is way down this year compared to like a 10-year sample, and your actual play calls on those? Do you need to come up with something different because you guys are 0 for 6?
Yeah, a lot of our it's a good question. A lot of our 2 point plays are this play or that play. They did a good job of defending them. Again, I think that you evaluate the league, Ryan, relative to defenses you see or schemes that people are using, and then you go into it each week deciding if we're in this situation, do we want to go for it or do we want to kick it? Certainly with some of the 2 point plays that we've had and not executing, that weighs into it. Felt good about those, and that's not to say it could change. Certainly haven't been successful on those as we'd like to be. So something that we talk about, I'd say often with the analytics group that we have here. Down 14, like there's a wide variety of things that we talk about, situations down, up. That was something that we were going to do this game, and didn't go on it.
And then quarterback wise, I know tale of two halves for Daniel. So I'll start with moving forward. Is he still your starting quarterback this week?
He is.
Nothing changes reps wise.
Nothing changes.
And then, so what did you think of his second half? It seemed like obviously the circumstances dictated it. And was that why he was a much more aggressive player in the second half, or something changed play call or play wise?
Yeah, we had 3 series in the first half. So we were a 3rd and 2. We ran a little boot naked. They did a good job defending it. We drove down on the second series, and the turnover on the screen that we had a real long drive of, I think, 17 or 16, something like that. So I felt comfortable with the way we were playing against his team, minimizing some of their pass rush that they had the week before, creating some issues for the Bears in that regard. I thought we were controlling the game, maybe not the score, but being able to move the ball, control the line of scrimmage. And then in the second half, obviously the one drive we had was more of a 2-minute drive, but some long drives there too. Went 3 and out, had that 3rd and 8 where we threw it to Theo there. But he was doing what he was supposed to do. He was accurate with the ball. He was 20 of 26, whatever it may be, and had an opportunity to even have some more completions in there. So again, there's a few plays that we'd like to have back. Obviously that turnover was huge, but he did his job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Paul Schwartz.
Hey, Brian.
Paul?
Hey, one more just quick, then I have something else, but something more on Daniel. I mean, I know it's not a win, it's not a W, but did he have a winning performance yesterday, do you feel?
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job. The week before, I thought, he did a lot of good things. Again, when you lose, it doesn't feel like any of that, but he made a lot of good plays for us. He had the batted ball. We had Malik behind it. A couple other balls that were, kind of right off the tips of a couple guys here. And, but I think he executed, the offense well, and, gave us an opportunity.
And just about, you're one of the youngest teams in the league. You have a bunch of rookies playing. Do you have to, as a head coach, have your antenna up even more so with these young guys who you feel are going to be, your core players now and in the future, that, okay, we're losing here, and, their head space is in the right place. Sometimes veterans understand it. Sometimes rookies don't. Yeah,
no, that's a good question, Paul. Yeah, we have to, we continue to have our rookie meetings, and the coaches continue to emphasize the things that we need to do, be in the right mindset, practice with the right habits, prepare with the right habits, and ultimately go out there. And again, there's going to be some things that happen throughout a game, particularly for young guys, that you're going to have to go ahead and coach up. then we need to do that. We need to continue to do that. They've had some good spots here in the last few weeks of improving, and then there's things that that happen with any young player that you got to continue to correct and make sure that they're in the right headspace. And I like our rookie class. I think they are mature. They work really hard, and we're just trying to keep cleaning it up.
Would you say that, like with Tyler Nubin and with Drew Phillips, that they fall in that category, especially as far as some good things, and then maybe some things?
It's probably for everybody. It's probably for everybody. Again, they have the right mindset. They have the right DNA that we look for, and again, you got to correct some of the things that happen throughout a game and be able to move on to the next play. But we have confidence in those young guys. We got to help developing them and keep growing them as the season goes on. When there's good stuff happening and when there's stuff that needs to be improved.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
Yep.
Tom Rock.
Real quick, just first, guys in the concussion protocol, Brian, Amir and Darius, I guess, are both.
Yeah, I know. Darius is in the concussion protocol, and Amir, I think he checked out okay. So it's really Darius.
Okay. And do you know? I mean, is he going to be able to be cleared before you travel on Thursday because of the wonky week this week?
I think it'll be the normal procedure that all the guys through, the same one that Tracy went through or Malik. So,
I guess what I'm asking is, can he travel without being cleared?
He can travel.
Yeah. Okay. And then just what does this week represent in terms of challenges of scheduling and getting everybody focused in a very strange week?
Yeah, we did it a few years back. We'll have a meeting here in about 10 minutes, and it'll last about a half an hour to go through all the logistics of the trip, the travel, the procedures, everything that needs to be done. And, then we'll get on to correcting the tape and, get our game plan ready to go and practice Wednesday, practice Thursday, leave Thursday night, sleep on the airplane, get there Friday, kind of like we did when we were in London. So, a lot to get done here in a short amount of time.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dan Duggan.
You said on the 2-point plays, they can be this or that plays. What do you mean by that?
Check with me plays. If they give us one look, we get to the other look. And I'd say a lot of teams do that, Dan, with their looks and give Washington credit. They did a nice job.
With the second one in particular, would that be one you would have liked to check out of?
Yeah, I would just say that, the guys are trying to do everything they can do to make it right. And Washington did a nice job, and give Washington credit.
And with guys on IR, Kayvon I know is eligible to come off this week. Graham's been eligible.
Yep.
Do you have a sense on either one of those guys being possible for this week?
Graham, I think, has a chance. Kayvon, I don't think does. I still have to meet with our medical guys, but I think Graham is getting close. How close he is right now, I think we'll know here in the next couple of days.
Thanks.
Yep.
We'll take two more. Jordan Renan.
Hey, Brian, just real quick. What about Jamie Gillen while we're on that?
I think that, again, he's progressed well. We'll see here in tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever it is, where he's at.
So you think he has a chance?
I'd say
he has a chance.
I think he has. Yeah, I think he has a chance. Yep.
Okay. At 2-7.
Yep.
What is your approach? That obviously the trade deadline is tomorrow. I'm sure you have input on that as well. So how do you look at that?
Really, my focus is on doing what we can do to get a win here, and do everything we can do. So, I know Joe is upstairs and evaluating and things like that, but my focus is on our team and who we have right now and trying to help them improve and try to get the results we're looking for.
And also, kind of based off that, how do you balance looking at things long term, whether, like you just said, okay, I got to worry about this week?
Yeah, mine is this week. That's what I focus on, and that's what we all need to focus on in terms of the coaches and the players. Put everything we got into it like we normally do, and do as good as we can do to try to get the results that we're all hoping for. And that's where our mindset is.
Do you see it getting better? And like where? Like,
Yeah,
what do you see that you see where you see, you were making strides?
Yeah, I think I think this past game, I thought we did a good job on 3rd/4th down offensively of keeping the chains moving. We were pretty efficient, throughout the day. But we got that call down there in the end zone that got us. We missed a couple 2 points, so we left some points on the board. Defensively, we're communicating well. We still got to keep on working on this run game, and they give them credit. They had some good schemes in the run game with the quarterbacks reads and the different pulls and things like that. So again, there's 4 or 5 plays each game, the last couple of weeks that, you never know when those are going to be. And those are the ones that we got to make sure we're making.
Last one, Tom Canneman.
Maddie, Jordan answered my question. Why don't you give it to Bruce?
Go ahead, Bruce.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, Bruce.
Several of your players spoke out after the game about being frustrated. Do you appreciate their passion? Do you understand their frustration? And do you welcome their comments?
Yeah, when you're not getting the results you want, that's fine. I would hope everybody is. We put a lot into this, Bruce. Spent a lot of time in the building, worked very hard at practice, try to iron out all the details, and that's what you want out of competitors. So that's what we'll continue to do. I don't think anybody should be happy, but I understand, from everybody, the level of commitment that these guys put into it, not just the players, the coaches as well. So that's what we'll continue to do. Give it everything we got each and every week, preparation wise, practice wise, and then ultimately, game day wise. And, there's, again, a few plays here and there that, we got to either make them or we don't make them. And those are huge contributing plays to the results that you're looking for. So, I'm in charge of all that. That's what I'm going to work to do. And, look forward to getting ready to go this week.